Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Dior, and this is Limbus Company. Alright, more extractions. So we got the Sync South Sector 5, or Section 5, Director Don Quixote. It's the only thing on this banner, and it's a triple O, so we're going to give it a shot. Alright, this will be the last of this. Oh, never mind. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Okay, let's, let me just save those. Alright, we're just going to go straight into this. Okay, it does do the free... Okay, I see how it does. Alright, I understand. Time to get disappointed. Alright, keep going. There we go. Alright. Got her. Took a while, but we did get her. Still got plenty of lunacy. Alright, centers. It's nice that she got another triple O. W Core Agent is good, but whenever I'm just kind of just sweeping things as quickly as possible, she kind of becomes a problem because her big attack ends up hurting herself because I didn't have charge on her. So having another option that doesn't rely on that would be rather helpful. One of those, confirm. And then do that, and that. Right, level 35. Do some up tie. And one more.
인정받는다는 것은 언제나 명예로운 일이지. 감사를 표하겠네.
All right. Please come thee hither. The child strode through the alley, excitement clear in her eyes. Following closely behind her was a woman with a small notepad in her hands. Well, wait. But the purpose of this interview was to learn about the kind of jobs that the Sync Association would take. Thou art learning at this very moment. No, we're just taking a stroll through the alleys. The woman fidgeting with the notepad was growing increasingly and visibly disappointed. When she landed this interview, she was excited at the prospect of learning more of the Sync Association's work environment, which has remained rather obscure until now. And here she was, tagging along to this director's leisurely afternoon stroll about the alleyways. Disc, thou art yet to understand. Yet the child's nonchalance was unrelenting as she grinned and wagged her index finger at the woman. I ask thee, what thou think the primary function of the Sync Association is? Well, it's a dueling association, isn't it? You fight duels in your client's stead and stuff like that, right? Aha! Forsooth, thou art indeed yet to understand. You're not about to tell me that you seek out evildoers to duel them in the name of justice, are you? It's not like you guys are pretending to be bringers of justice or anything like that. There are reports claiming that you had some odd delusions of grandeur, but that'd be preposterous. I mean, you couldn't possibly have gotten so far in this industry with such a childish philosophy, right? She coughed as though the interviewer had touched upon a sensitive subject, but responded confidently. Patently not. Of course, I must say, my motivation was something of a more practical nature. As they walked out of the alleyway, two people, surrounded by a large crowd and appearing ready to throw down, came into view. What is this? Was there a request? Nay, I have relayed what request there was to other members of the association. Then what is... Dost thou see now? 'Tis too commonplace an occurrence, kerfuffles such as this in these alleyways. Thus, it's the Cinco Association. Oh boy, am I glad to have one of you here. Let me request you to duel in my stead. What? Oh, you cheeky little... Me too. Now, calm thyselves. Now explain what hath transpired here. Hearing what the two had to say, the child took off one of her gloves. Ahem. Then my client has been decided, and hurled it at one of the at the one standing opposite of her. There are rules and etiquette to proposing a proper duel. I cannot forgive thee, knave, who hollered with nary a care of such things. You son of a... Alas, I must wonder what part of this noble duel request irks thee so. Now step aside, dear interviewer. The child drew her sword from the waist and readied herself. I don't know how to pronounce that. Alez? The duel ended swiftly, with the defeat of the one who had been slapped by the glove. Amazing. Such haste. This was not to be amazed about. Make thy payment for the request to this address. The child handed a card to the profusely bowing client before returning to the interviewer. Heroes fighting in the name of justice. Indeed, such a notion may appear childish in the city. If performed in the form of business, such as this, however, they consider it a real result worth counting. And that is my compromise. What say you? Is it still a childish delusion? With that, she smiled radiantly. Okay, so that is the Sync Association. I've never heard any reference to it in previous games, though I have not finished Library of Ruina, as people remind me. But, let's see. Theater. Dante notes. Nope, nothing new. Okay, well with that, we still have some time, so let's do some driving. But before we do any driving, I'm going to skip all these battles. Do that. Do that.
이 정도에 좋다고 휘죽거리고 싶진 않아.
As the futile conversations reached an end, the bus lazily pulled to a stop. We had arrived in front of a building so tall that it would take a while to count the floors. A few shrank down, as if intimidated. I understood Sinclair being one, but Heathcliff and Ishmael also seemed to be pressured. A few looked around with curious eyes. And some others walked and carried themselves as if they knew they deserved royal treatment.
저희도 인지도라는 게 생긴 모양이에요. 이제야 평범한 사람들이 살만한 곳에 초대도 받고요.
Oh, I guess we've earned some renown. We're finally being invited to places regular people would live.
말해두는데 지난번처럼 터무니없는 의뢰랑 보수면 난 이 일에서 빠질 거니까 그렇게 알아.
Well, let me make one thing clear. If the request and the rewards are load of tosh like the last time, I'm out. Heathcliff ground his teeth, whether by Honglu's words or due to memories of what we got into last time we were here.
예상대로 조금 늦으셨군요.
Hey, it's him again. You're a little late as expected. As expected.
저자는
That man is...
다시 만나 뵙게 되어 좋군요. 참고로 이건 비즈니스용 멘트가 아니라 진심입니다.
It's a pleasure to meet you again. I want you to know that this is my heartfelt sentiment and not a formality. A familiar face I never expected to see again greeted us.
간다. 말했지?
I'm out. Already told you. Give it a moment. Let's at least hear what he has to say, okay?
놔! 생닭들이랑 탱고나 추는 악몽을 꿔야 했던 기분을 네가 알아? 어?
Let go. Do you even get how it feels to have nightmares about doing the tango with raw chickens, huh?
사실 지난번 의뢰는 여러분의 역량을 테스트하기 위한 사전 의뢰였습니다.
To tell you the truth, my last request was a test to measure your competence.
훌륭한 점수로 통과하셨고요. 축하드립니다. 이것도 진심이에요?
And you passed with flying colors. Congratulations. I mean this one as well.
누구 마음대로 테스트를 하고 점수를 줘. 이런 씨.
Who are you to test and grade us, you?
그거야 물론
That's of course.
그거야 물론 저의 똑소리 나는 비서 삼조 씨 마음이죠. 여러분이 림버스 컴퍼니로군요.
That's of course at the discretion of Mr. Sambo. Or Sam Joe. My assured secretary. So you must be from Limbus Company.
반가워요. 동랑입니다. 삼조 씨한테 이야기 많이 들었어요. 팬이 될 뻔했지 뭐예요.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dongrong. I heard a lot about you from Samjo. It almost made me a fan.
팬이라였어 방금?
Fan? Didst thou say just now that we had earned thine adoration?
립 서비스잖아 돈키호테.
It's just flattery, Don Quixote.
솔직히 말씀드리자면 사전 테스트를 해보자는 건 제 생각은 아니었어요. 여러분 실험용 닭도 아닌데 너무하잖아요.
If I'm being quite honest, the test wasn't my idea. I mean, you aren't lab hens or anything, and you deserve better than an involuntary test.
네, 제가 제안했습니다.
Indeed, it was my suggestion.
그야 림버스 컴퍼니는 알려진 정보가 거의 없는 신생이면서도 아닌 듯한 정체불명의 회사잖아요.
I had reason to do so, as your Limbus company is a little-known firm that could or could not be newly established.
저희가 동랑님 말씀만 덜컥 믿고 위험을 감수하면서까지 의뢰를 맡길 수는 없지 않겠습니까?
We couldn't take the risk of entrusting an unknown organization with a request on Mr. Dongrong's word alone.
그러니까 의뢰를
So that means you're requesting us. Ismail asked for confirmation that this was indeed a direct request, her face seeming rather proud.
그거야 당연하죠. 왜냐하면 당신들은
Why, of course, because you all are.
아, 여기서 이러지 말고 제 연구실 구경하러 갈래요? 재밌는 거 많이 있는데.
Ah, why don't I show you to my lab? There are many fun things to see. Changing the subject so shamelessly is only going to bother us more.
네? 동랑님 연구실로 데려가신다는 말씀이십니까?
Sorry.
이자들을요?
Sorry, are you really going to take these people to your laboratory?
왜? 테스트는 통과했다면서 삼조 씨.
Why not? They passed your test, didn't they, Mr. Samjo?
더군다나 방금 환상체라는 것까지 처리할 정도로 실력자이신 분들이라면
And if they've got the skills to take down what they call an abnormality, as we saw today,
아하 알고 계셨어? 역시 영웅들이 지나간 발자취는 금세 소문이 퍼지는가 보군.
aha! Thou hast heard. My traces of heroic deeds indeed make themselves known to the masses in no time. Hoo-hoo.
말을 재밌게 하네요.
That's a fun way to put it.
아, 당신이 관리자인 단테님이라고 했나요? 잠깐 이야기 좀 가능할까요?
Ah, and you must be the manager. It was Dante, yes? May we speak for a moment? Faust tried to say something to Dongrong, but he and Samjo pulled me far away by the time she stepped forward. Alright, more story stuff. Also, I did forget to actually look at what Don Quixote's new thing can do, so let's take care of that. Alright, has evasion and makes the target lose sanity if she succeeds on evasion. Passives, if speed of an ally is higher than the speed of all enemies, this unit deals more damage based on speed difference. Always fun. Same thing for the other one. Wow, I never didn't expect them. Well, the only difference is the support one's a little weaker, which is to be expected. I noticed there's an attack weight thing, but I'm not sure what that is. At 7 plus speed, coin power increases. On Clash When you gain haste. Heads hit after a clash one inflicts bind. More haste, more bind. And also, yeah. And all of the attacks are piercing, which I guess makes sense since she's using a rapier. At 10 plus speed, coin power plus 2 clash 1, deal more damage based on clash count. Plus 5% per clash count, up to a maximum of 50%. And then on hit, declare duel, which I have no idea what that does. Not a clue. The colors are not bad. They're all ones I generally commonly use, so not too shabby on that front. Alright. Sorry for forgetting to look over that. Anyway, back to this. More story. Okay, just want to see what that is. We saw someone we never thought we would see again, but the sinners didn't seem too thrilled about the reunion. The client, who says his name is Dong Rong, starts a friendly conversation. This is despite the fact that no one other than the sinners can hear what I say. I mean, I don't mind, but you two can't hear me anyway.
사실 부끄러워서 말은 안 꺼냈는데 당신의 직원들 중 제 옛날 친구가 있어요.
I was too embarrassed to bring it up in front of the whole group, but actually, one of your employees was an old friend of mine. Oh? Who was it?
그런데 그분도 부끄러웠는지 아는 척을 안 해주시더군요. 매우 서운했지만 내색 안 하느라 얼마나 힘들었던지.
And he wouldn't give me a nod either. Perhaps he was a bit embarrassed like me. It was a struggle to hide how disheartened I was. Maybe you weren't as close as you thought then. Wait, can you hear my voice?
동랑님, 이분은 정상적인 소통이 불가능한 분입니다.
Mr. Dongrong, this individual is unable to communicate normally.
그래서 말하는 거야, 삼조씨. 마치 태엽 달린 인형이 되고 걱정거리를 중얼거리는 꼬마 시절로 돌아간 것 같잖아?
He's winking at us. That's why I'm speaking, Mr. Samjo. It's like I'm back to being a child, muttering my woes to a wind-up toy, don't you think? That all was a monologue? What are you two even doing?
제가 여러분께 의뢰를 부탁했던 것도 그 친구의 영향이 커요. 모르는 사람보다는 아는 사람이 더 믿음이 가는 법이잖아요.
It was mostly because of him that I decided to send my request to you. I can trust a familiar person better than a stranger.
보이십니까? 제가 이래서 한치도 방심할 수가 없습니다. 정에 흔들리셔가지군.
See, this is why I can't let my guard down for even a second. You're too easily influenced by human attachment.
그러니까 단테 씨는 저와 그 친구 사이는 알아서 잘 딱 깔끔하고 센스 있게 모른 척 해주세요. 알겠죠?
So, let me ask you a favor. Use your tact and consideration to pretend that you know nothing about the relationship between him and me, okay? You haven't even told me who that friend is. I could only let out a deep sigh and shake my head. The conversation that never got through ended as arbitrarily as it began. This isn't even asking a favor. You're giving me a notice.
여긴 연구실 복도입니다. 보통의 일반인이라면 여기까지밖에 못 들어오겠지만
We're at the laboratory aisle. Ordinary visitors would not be permitted to go any further.
동랑님의 특별 초대기도 하니 이 안쪽까지 안내해드리죠.
But since you've been invited by Mr. Dongrong, I'll show you to the interior.
우와, 저도 이런 커다란 회사에서 일해보고 싶었는데 말이에요.
Wow, I hope I could work at a company as big as this.
그럼 림버스 말고 이런 데 입사 지원해보지 그랬어?
Then maybe you could have applied to one. Why didn't you give it a shot?
농담이죠, 로자씨. 이런 곳은 아무나 못 입사해요. 엘리트 중에서도 최정상 엘리트만이 올 수 있는 곳이란 말이에요.
You're joking, right, Rodin? Not everyone can join these companies. This kind of firm only accepts the very best of the elite. Ouch.
마치 파우스트 씨나 이상 씨 같이.
Like Faust or Yu Sang, for example. Ishmael's remark gave me a good opportunity to bring up an earlier question. Yeah, why did you choose to join the Limbus company out of all the options you had? There must have been better places to shoot for.
저는 파우스트니까요.
Because I am Faust. There was a certain energy in her confidently clarifying tone that discouraged me from asking another question. What about you, Yuseng?
구태여 돌아묻겠소. 관리자, 그대는 왜 이곳에 입사한 것이오?
Let me take the trouble of asking in return. Manager, why did you join the company you work for? I don't really have a memory, so I don't know. I mean, that's because I had no other choice.
귀하가 스스로 답을 내주었구려.
That should sufficiently answer your question. It looks like Ishmael wasn't exaggerating about the qualifications it takes to join this firm. The laboratory was dominated by stillness that could only be achieved with everyone in total focus.
단테 봤어? 냉장고에 간식들이 잔뜩 있어. 하나 아니 10개는 슬쩍 해도 티도 안 날 만큼.
Dante! Look, there. You see that? The fridge is full of snacks. We could take one, or 10. They wouldn't notice. And we would break that stillness with nonchalance.
넉넉하게 챙겨가세요. 삼조씨, 이따가 탕비실 간식들 수업원으로 포장해서 이분들한테 나눠줘.
Take as many as you like. Mr. Shamjo, please pack some snacks from the break room into small bundles to give them later.
알겠습니다.
Understood.
대박이다 이스. 지금이라도 나랑 이직 준비할까?
That's awesome. Ishi, maybe we should quit our job and join up here.
다 들려요, 로자 씨.
Everyone can hear you, Rhodia.
로자 씨, 근로계약에는
Rhodian, the work contract says...
농담, 파우스트 씨. 농담. 응?
Joking, Faust. Joking. See?
그럼 이제 의뢰 내용을...
Let's move on to the request.
이젠 하다 외부인들까지 들여오고 회사 견학까지 시켜주는 거야, 동랑?
Why do I have a feeling you're gonna die? You're bringing outsiders into the building now. What are you... A field trip guide, Dongrong?
아, 잠깐 실례. 이분은 슈렌네요. 옆부서 팀장이자 제 입사 동기인데 저한테 상처 입히는 말을 하기 위해 찾아오는 게 주요 일과시죠.
Pardon me for a moment. This is Shren. She's the manager of the department next to mine, and a colleague who joined the company at the same time as I did. Visiting me to hurl hurtful words takes up much of her daily routine.
회사에선 네 팀에 할애하는 복지비가 이런 식으로 낭비되고 있는 것에 대해 누군가 한 명쯤은 말을 해야 하지 않나 싶었거든.
I figured someone's got to point out the massive drain on our company's welfare budget that is your team.
아, 복지비에 대해 궁금한 거라면 올해의 최우수 부서 트로피를 받아보면 알 수 있을 거야. 그치, 삼조씨?
If you're wondering about how we spend our welfare budget, you'll see that when the Department of the Year trophy is awarded, right, Shamjo?
최우수 부서가 받는 혜택을 전부 이야기하자면 날밤을 새야 할 정도죠.
It would take a full day to list the benefits the department chosen as the best receives.
둘 다 똑같이 재수없어.
You're snobs, the both of you.
라이벌인가? 어디 가나 잘난 사람일수록 시기하는 사람도 많은 법이지.
Is that a rival? I do suppose excellence is followed by envy wherever it is.
시기는 발전의 원동력이니 잘난 쪽이 참아줘야죠. 어제 그 파이 가게에서 회식비로 사온 거 슈렌느 부서에도 돌릴까, 삼조씨?
Envy fuels advancement, as they say. So it's only right for us to show a little generosity for those following behind. Should we give some of the pies we bought from that store to Shren's department, Mr. Samjo?
안 그래도 그럴 생각이었습니다. 후추, 고추, 상추, 카레 맛으로요.
I was planning to do so. The pepper, chili, lettuce, and curry flavored ones specifically. Those are some odd flavor pies.
그것도 맛있겠는데?
That also sounds tasty.
그럼 마저 얘기를 해보죠.
Now then, let's get back to the main topic.
소문은 들었어요. 황금가지라는 유기물을 수집하는 신생 회사가 있다고.
I heard the rumors. They were about a newly formed company collecting organic objects called golden bows.
그리고 그 황금가지라는 건 폐쇄된 로보토미 지부에서만 발견되고요.
And those golden bows are found exclusively inside the closed-down branch facilities of Lobotomy Corps.
황금가지의 존재는 어떻게 알게 된 거지?
How did you learn about the existence of golden bows?
얼마 되지는 않았어요. 몇 달 전까지 연구실 근처의 로보토미 지부 시설을 연구실로 쓰고 있었거든요.
It was a recent discovery. We've been using a Lobotomy Corps branch near our research facility as a lab until a few months ago.
그 끔찍한 곳에 연구소를 차렸다고?
You set up a lab in that horrible place?
하지만 전부 매몰되었다고 했는데요.
But I thought they were all buried underground.
뭐 각종 희귀한 자원이나 자료들이 남아 있었을 테니까.
Well, I guess there were rare resources and documents they could use.
연구 대상에 환상체도 포함되었던 건가요?
Did the scope of your research include abnormalities?
알아보시는군요. 연구원이라면 그냥 지나칠 수 없는 존재죠.
Why, certainly. No researcher could overlook such intriguing subjects.
그렇다면 연구원이란 건 죄다 미친놈이군.
Researchers must be all soft in the head if that's what they're interested in.
잠깐,
Hold on.
너 설마 그때 헛소리하면서 닭대가리한테 돌 던진 것도...
When you were mumbling rubbish and tossing a rock at one of them chicken heads, did you?
히스클리프 씨는 가끔씩 예상치 못한 통찰력을 보여주실 때가 있네요.
I will say, Heathcliff's unexpected fits of insight surprise me sometimes.
당신들이 우연을 가장하여 뒤틀림을 소탕해야 하는 상황을 만든 것도 환상체 연구를 뒷받침해줄 수 있는 정보들을 얻기 위함이었군요.
You led us into dealing with a distortion and a coincidental encounter so that you could gather data for your research on abnormalities.
아, 우리 삼조 씨는 연기가 영 능숙하지 못해요. 평생을 올곧게만 살아와서 그런가?
Mr. Samjo here is no good at acting. I suppose it's due to his upright way of life.
이해해 주세요. 저희로서는 뒤틀림과 환상체의 차이를 명확하게 알 재간이 없었거든요.
Please understand, we had no means to clearly distinguish a distortion from an abnormality.
마음이 산산이 허물어졌을 때 뒤틀린다고 했었나요? 멋있는 비유였어요. 그렇다면 당신들이 허물어진 마음을 원상복귀시켜준 건가요?
A person distorts when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces, was it? That was a stellar figure of speech. Did you restore his crumbled mind back to health then?
무너진 마음을 대신 쌓아 올려주는 방법은 없어요.
There is no way to piece together someone else's broken mind.
길을 가르쳐드린 거예요. 계속 머물지 그곳으로 걸어갈지는 은봉이네 호프집 사장님의 선택이었죠.
We merely showed him the way. It was the choice of the restaurant owner whether to stay there or take that path.
와, 당신 정말 많은 걸 아는군요. 제가 조금만 더 어렸다면 팔쩍 뛰면서 당신에게 하이파이브라도 시도했을 거예요.
Wow, you know so much. If I were just a bit younger, I would have jumped and hopped trying to high five you. Nope, you don't deserve her high fives.
언제든지 사양하죠.
You're always unwelcome to try.
동랑님, 또 이야기가 새고 있습니다.
Mr. Dongrong, you're becoming sidetracked again.
그렇네요. 자, 우리가 로보토미 지부 시설에서 행복하게 연구를 하던 어느 날, 그곳에서 무력 습격 테러가 일어났어요. 아주 갑작스럽게요.
You're right. All right. Then one day, while we happily indulged in research at the laboratory of Lobotomy Corps branch facility, armed terrorists attacked the place. It was all too sudden.
눈앞에서 폭탄이 터지는 걸 본 적 있나요? 장관이죠. 모든 것이 한순간에 시작되고 끝나버리더군요. 우주 같죠?
Have you ever seen a bomb set off before your eyes? It's quite the spectacle. It all starts and ends in a split second, just like the universe, isn't it?
테러를 일으킨 세력은 어디였지?
Where are the terrorists now?
인원의 신분은 특정할 수 없을 정도로 제각각이며 목적 또한 불명입니다. 모습을 드러내기 시작한 건 최근이었거든요.
The members have almost nothing in common. Their motive is unknown. They only showed up recently.
결국 동랑시 팀이 머물고 있었던 연구실은 그 테러 집단들이 점령해버렸습니다.
In the end, the terrorist organization took over the laboratory Mr. Dongrong's team had stayed in.
연구실은 그때 옮겼던 것인가 보군.
That must be when the lab was moved.
피해는 어느 정도요?
How severe was the damage? Dongrong turned his gaze from Yisang to the sporadically unoccupied seats.
저 비어있는 자리들은 말이죠.
You see those empty seats?
당분간은 공석일 거예요. 죽었거든요. 그때의 테러로.
They'll stay that way for a while. Their owners died in that act of terror. Looking closely, I saw snacks and flowers placed on their cushions, probably as a way to mourn the dead.
아, 이 친구는 손가락만 겨우 건졌는데 둘 곳이 마땅하지 않아서 따로 보관 중이에요. 저쪽 2층 진열장에 있을 거예요.
Ah, this fellow we only managed to recover his finger from. We couldn't find the right place to put it, so we've been keeping it in storage. It should be over at the display on the second floor. A solemn silence filled the office, but Dongrong continued, brushing the empty desk with his hand.
너무나 많은 걸 두고 와야 했어요.
There's so much we had to leave behind. Dongrong.
특히 제 얼굴 캐릭터로 만들었던 상장패를 놓고 왔어요. 되게 좋아하는 기념품이었는데.
I especially missed the plaque modeled after the face of my character. That was a favorite souvenir of mine.
아, 이거 참, 이거 어디까지가 농담이고 진담인지 알 수가 없어, 저 양반은.
I'll be stumped. I can't tell how much of what he says is a joke or how much of it is serious.
그러면 저 자리는 어떤 자리지?
What about that seat then? Our attention was brought to a white desk that was completely empty.
아, 저 자리는 예정된 자리예요.
Ah, that one is reserved.
새로운 직원이 오기를 기다리고 있는 중이죠.
We're waiting for a new employee to take that seat.
그럼 모집 요강이 따로 있는 건가요? 어디 가면 볼 수 있죠?
Oh, is there an application guideline for the position then? Where can I see it? Ahem. Ishmael's bright-eyed inquisition was interrupted by Samjo's displeased utterance.
우리 삼조 씨 심기 불편해졌다. 이제 진짜 본론으로 넘어갈까요, 삼조 씨?
Oh dear, our Mr. Samjo is feeling all uncomfortable now. Shall we actually get to the point then, Samjo?
단도직입적으로 말합니다. 서로 윈윈 플레이를 하시죠.
Let me be blunt. I suggest an accord that will benefit both parties.
빼앗긴 연구실을 되찾아 주신다면 당신들에겐 저희가 발견한 황금가지의 소유권을 양도하겠습니다.
If you help us retake the laboratory, we'll yield the ownership of the golden bow we found to you.
질문 드리죠. 확정 계약인가요? 아니면 사후 검토 계약인가요? 방식은 대표기관 집행 방식인가요? 공동 집행 방식인가요?
I have a question. Is this a fixed contract or a post-fulfillment review contract? Will it be represented by delegate bodies or co-executive members?
답변하겠습니다. 하자 책임 없이 대표기관 집행 방식으로 즉석 계약 방식입니다. 1급 계약 사무소를 이용한 EPN을 둔 계약도 절차대로 진행될 예정입니다.
Allow me to answer that. This will be an immediate delegate body representative contract with no warranty liability. A contractual signing overseen by an observer from a Grade 1 contract office will take place following due process. Contract office? I don't know what's going on. Does it really have to be so complicated?
제2사에서는 제대로 된 입회인을 구하지 못하는 바람에 황금가지를 곧바로 넘겨받지 못했잖아요.
In J-Course District, we couldn't get the golden bow right away despite winning because we didn't have anyone overseeing the deal.
미리우치파의 우이드 그 자식 로자가 게임에서 이겼는데 약속 안 지키고 묻지마 싸움 걸었잖아.
Oh, that Ayuda from the Mary Archilles, or sorry, Archilles. Sorry, she started a fight even after excuse me, losing my voice here. After Roto won the game.
마리아치파의 아이다인데.
That's why I didn't recognize the name. It's Ida from Los Mariachis.
네, 맞아요. 이페인이 되어줄 줄 알았던 아이드 씨가 쏜살같이 태도를 바꿔버리는 바람에 무력으로 가져와야만 했었죠.
That's right. Instead of playing the role of the observer, she left us with no choice but to take the bow with force.
그래서 입회나 공증을 해주는 협회나 계약 사무소를 이용하는 편이 돈은 많이 들어도 제일 안전한 거예요. 파우스트 씨도 그 점을 제일 주의 깊게 보았을 거고요.
Which is why it's safer to use the service of an association or contract office to stand as an observer or to notarize the contract even if it can be costly. That's what Faust probably considered most carefully, I think. Ishmael explained like it was common knowledge. I guess it's something well known among city folk.
이건 확실히 저희 쪽에 유리한 체결 방식이군요.
This contract certainly favors our side.
목적만 확실히 달성한다면요.
As long as the goal is achieved. We watched with our mouths agape as the two declared the conclusion at once.
비밀인데 전 사실 삼조 씨가 하는 말의 절반 이상은 못 알아들어요. 그렇구나 하고 넘기는 거죠.
This is a secret, but I frankly don't get more than half of what Samjo says. I just nod like, oh, I see, and move on.
우연인가? 우리도 마찬가지인데.
Isn't that coincidence? It's the same for us too.
적어도 동랑 씨는 알아들어야 하는 거 아닌가요?
Aren't you supposed to be the last person to be ignorant of your secretary's work?
아, 그래도 K서 연구실과 계약을 맺으면 당분간은 그분들과 싸울 일은 없겠어요.
Aha! Still, I guess making a contract with K-Core's laboratory means we won't be fighting against the wing staff for a while.
아무리 상처 입혀도 끊임없이 치료되었던 분들이요.
You know, those people who keep healing their wounds. The team fell into a somber silence. All the memories related to them were filled with misery and suffering.
아, 저희 K3안의 재생 기술을 이미 보셨나 보네요.
Ah, so you've seen K-Core's regenerative technology already.
아우, 받기만 했겠어?
Ugh. He's more than seen it.
아유, 지긋지긋할 만큼 겪고 또 겪었지.
Had to deal with it over and over. I got sick of the thought.
그럼 대신 기념으로 제 실험실 보여드릴까요? 여기 말고 엘리베이터를 한 번 더 타야 해요.
Ah, why don't I show you around my lab instead then? It's not here though. You'll have to take the elevator once more.
네, 거기까지 보여주실 생각입니까, 동랑님? 관계자 외 출입 금지인 곳인데.
You would show him that much, Mr. Dongrong? That place is off limits for unauthorized personnel.
방금 삼조 씨 엄청 웃긴 소리 냈다. 아, 뭐 어때? 계약 체결한 기념으로 놀러가 보는 거지.
Ha! You just made a really funny noise, Mr. Samjo. Well, it shouldn't hurt. We're hanging out for a bit to celebrate the provisional contract being signed. I wasn't sure if that was an appropriate way to celebrate things, but since no one on the team objected, I decided to follow him. Whew, that was longer than I expected it to be. And it's going, wow, just back-to-back story bits. Alright, well, we've ran out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Dior, and this was Limbus Company. I'll see you guys next time.
너무 관심사 받기라.